Hey, what's up, you guys? Matt Thibeau here with Savant Marketing Agency, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how this client was able to stand out in a fairly competitive market and really dominate his niche. Now, if you're watching this right now, I think a lot of contractors, what they will struggle with is being able to stand out in their market, right? When I talk to contractors, a lot of the times they'll say like, hey, we just need to be able to get our brand out there. We need to be able to stand out, how to differentiate in our market because it's competitive, right? And so I'm going to tell you a story about something we discovered with a client, and I think it'll help a lot of you guys, and it will give you an idea of how you can differentiate, because I think there's a lot of contractors watching this right now that are asking themselves, hey, how do I stand out, right? By the way, if you hear that my voice is a little bit different, I'm a little sick, so bear with me here. So basically, here's what happened is we had a client come to us, they did tree removal services, and he was looking to expand, he's looking to get more leads, to get his brand out there, to get recognized. And so the first thing that we do, if you don't know what we do here at Savant Marketing Agency, is we niche in your services, and then we create a unique offer based around what you do. Now, when I say that, a lot of contractors will think like, oh, a discount type offer or something, right? 15% off, 10% off. We see that a lot. But what we do instead is we'll do a value-based offer. And what this does is it's going to attract the right type of person, someone who looks for reliability, quality, and just a job well done instead of, hey, can you just do this at the cheapest possible price? And so we launched a campaign, and the offer that we came up with was free wood, free wood disposal. So like after he chops down the tree and removes it, he'll actually remove the wood as well. And that's included in the service for free, right? And so that offer was working pretty well. He was getting lots of leads. He was closing jobs. So it was working well. But what we started to ask ourselves was, how could we make this campaign work even better? We noticed that it's pretty competitive where he's in. It was difficult to be able to get like really the next level type results that we were looking for. And so what we realized is that there's a fairly large Spanish demographic in his area, and he's actually Spanish. That was his first language, and English is his second language. And so even though he speaks good English, he's inherently going to have an advantage, especially in sales, if he's speaking his first language, right? Spanish. And we noticed that like some of the comments here and there would be like Spanish comments. And so we realized, hey, let's look into this area and see how much of a Spanish demographic is there. And we noticed that was a significant demographic of Spanish speaking people in that area. And so what we thought was, well, hey, why don't we just create some ads that are in Spanish so that we'd be able to target specifically that market and corner that market of Spanish-speaking people so that we can differentiate more, right? Because when you think about it, how many contracting companies are specializing in tree removal and then also are willing to cater specifically for a demographic of Spanish-speaking people, right? And so we ran those ads, and it's still fairly early into the test and stuff, but immediately what we did find was that he closed the job very quickly and that the cost per lead went way, way down. And so what we found from this, what we realized afterwards, what we did was not only did we niche him into tree removal services and make him an expert in that, and then we also implemented an offer of, hey, we're going to remove the wood for you for free. But then also we niched it even more into Spanish-speaking people who wanted that done, there was a considerable demographic. And what we found was that we really cornered a specific market, and that is something that doesn't have a lot of competition going on in, right? And so this is a really good example of, you should always be testing with your marketing, right? Which what we do for our clients. But second is that you can differentiate your business and your service not just based on like your prices or your quality or whatever, but you can actually differentiate your business based on also things like language, right? Like the type of people who, the language they speak, they're going to want to deal with someone who also speaks that language, right? there's lots of different ways that you can differentiate. And so maybe that could be your niche, is like, hey, we cater to this specific demographic. And so it was just a really interesting discovery that we discovered like in the trenches working for clients. And I wanted to jump on here and share with you that story because that was something that we hadn't considered in the beginning. We always just stuck to like English and running ads for that. And we always thought, okay, we need to change the offer, whatever, to differentiate. But language is something that you can also differentiate yourself in and create a unique niche around that. And there's a whole bunch of different things that you could also use for your competitive advantage. So I thought it was a cool story. I want to share with you guys how you can differentiate your business, not just based on offer or the niche that you specialize in, but language as well. And there's a bunch of other things that you could probably differentiate. And it's not like this stuff is very difficult to implement. You literally just put an ad in a different language, or maybe you're like the fastest guy, you know, you can dominate like a very local little area and you're the go-to guy for that area. So there's lots of different ways to differentiate. You need to think about, how can I differentiate myself other than just my price? What competitive advantage do I have instead of just that? So anyway, hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Any questions or comments, observations, comment below. I'll answer them after this video. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again real soon.